Who would win, Hercules Marvel or Shazam DC? I'll use the nickname Captain Marvel, except when referring to specific iterations not tied to this name. Like many characters in the DC Comics universe, Captain Marvel has had versions, and Hercules, in this case, directly compared in strength. In such comparisons, a specific version has been clearly established and proven superior. This analysis compares Captain Marvel with his counterpart Hercules to provide the clearest view of the differences between these two legendary icons. Undoubtedly, this is a battle between two colossal forces representing raw, absolute power.On. One side is Hercules, the mighty demigod of Olympus, a symbol of valor and myth in Greek mythology. His opponent is an entity that surpasses the usual limits of strength. Before diving into this analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you. Hercules, the mythical demigod Hercules, the legendary demigod of Olympus, possesses immense strength. As the son of Zeus, he inherited superhuman physical attributes, including strength far beyond human limits, divine durability, and incredible resilience. Hercules also has reflexes so quick they border on the superhuman. While his running speed may not be his most notable trait, it is still sufficient to outpace many formidable foes. He is fully capable of standing toe-to-toe with legendary figures like the Hulk. Hercules has even overpowered Thor in physical strength. While Thor himself admitted that Hercules surpassed him in one-on-one combat skills, I personally believe Hercules' raw strength is slightly greater than Thor's. However, Thor's overall advantage comes from Mjolnir, a powerful weapon capable of harnessing and projecting cosmic-level energy. This weapon gives Thor an overall edge, despite Hercules' impressive physical strength, which is enough to astonish even powerhouse characters like Sentry. Hercules' punches can push back the destroyer armor and even overpower it in some scenarios. Captain Marvel Shazam, a convergence of divine powers. The original version of Captain Marvel not only surpassed Hercules in strength, but maintained this superiority across different eras. Captain Marvel derives his power from 6 great gods, as explicitly stated in Wiz Comics 87. This combination gives him not only strength on par with Hercules, but also additional powers from other deities. Notably, he inherits the stamina of Atlas, as demonstrated in DC Comics Presents Annual 3, and the power of Zeus, shown in World's Finest 254. This fusion of divine forces elevates Captain Marvel beyond being merely a match for Hercules. It makes him one of the strongest characters in the entire DC universe. For example, in World's Finest 254, Captain Marvel perfectly explains his superiority in strength compared to Hercules. A clear testament to this is when he uproots the holy moly flower from the ground, an act declared impossible by Satan, as even Hercules failed to achieve it. Captain Marvel's strength surpasses Hercules because it is not drawn from 1 or 2 gods, but at least 3. Those gods include Hercules, Atlas, and Zeus. Meanwhile, Hercules' power originates solely from himself. This was further proven when Captain Marvel combined the strength of Hercules, Atlas, and Zeus to counter a direct attack from the God Set Adventure Comics 492. This ability allows him to perform any feat he desires. Limitless energy and divine fusion. The gods granted Captain Marvel a source of limitless energy, as clearly stated in Captain Marvel Adventures 139. Even without a direct comparison between the powers of these gods and Hercules, it's evident that Hercules, though an extraordinary demigod, does not possess the infinite energy reserves of Captain Marvel. This places Captain Marvel in an entirely different league. Similar to his predecessor, the post-crisis version of Captain Marvel inherited not only Hercules' strength but also Atlas' power, as confirmed in the power of Shazam. 46. His power is a convergence of Hercules, Atlas, and Zeus, a fact hinted at in several instances, such as Legends 1. Moreover, Zeus' power gives Captain Marvel a unique ability, the potential to infinitely amplify his other powers at will, as shown in Adventures of Superman 442. This means that the post-crisis Captain Marvel can become as powerful as he wishes to be. In conclusion, while Hercules is undeniably one of the most formidable physical combatants in mythology and superhero lore, Captain Marvel's fusion of divine powers and limitless energy grants him a decisive advantage. Theoretically, this means his strength could be unlimited. Of course, this has never been explicitly proven, but it does establish this point at the very least. Captain Marvel possesses the strength of 2 gods, specifically Hercules and Atlas, and he can enhance his power. Ultimately, regardless of whether Captain Marvel's power is infinite, by definition, he must be stronger than Hercules simply due to these 2 factors. Unfortunately, despite the Captain formerly known as Shazam being around for over 12 years, we still don't know the upper limit of his power. All we do know is that his baseline strength has a limit, and he might even be the weakest version of the character. Worse still, we lack any direct comparisons between the Captain and Hercules, except for a brief moment when he became the god of gods during the Darkseid War storyline, as he wielded the power of Siva. As I mentioned, that was short-lived. Moreover, he no longer holds the title of God of Gods. What we do know is that he has the ability to enhance his strength. Black Adam, Year of the Villain one. One could argue that if he can amplify his strength, which essentially includes the power of Hercules, then these enhancements should make him stronger than Hercules, as Hercules himself cannot enhance his own strength. That's not a bad argument. At the very least, nothing contradicts it, and it provides a logical basis for us to infer this conclusion. Ultimately, even based on baseline strength alone, he must be at least equal to Hercules. However, through enhancements, there's a solid case to be made that he is stronger. Interestingly, Injustice Shazam is the only version of this character to directly clash with Hercules, so it's reasonable to consider his inclusion. Like his predecessor, pre-Crisis Captain Marvel, Injustice Shazam wields the combined power of all the gods and Justice Gods Among Us Year 4-7. For this reason alone, it can be inferred that he might be more powerful than Hercules. The issue is that their battle felt more like a comparison of combat skills rather than a test of raw strength, and it didn't account for their levels of durability. Here's the fight between Shazam and Injustice and Hercules again. This doesn't factor in whether they might have differing levels of durability, so we don't know if this was a truly equal comparison of punching power. However, we do have some additional support. Injustice Shazam was nearly, if not equally, as impressive as his counterpart Atlas. This appears to be because he shares the same advantage over Atlas as he does over Hercules, possessing the strength of 6 gods instead of just 1. Furthermore, Captain Marvel has been shown to defeat Hercules with raw strength, a feat that even Wonder Woman could not accomplish. This detail carries particular weight because Wonder Woman in Injustice is no weak warrior. She is the daughter of Zeus and Hippolyta, with exceptional strength and top-tier combat skills. This becomes even more notable when considering that the Injustice version of Wonder Woman might have been inspired by the New 52 continuity, which ties her strength to Hercules' divine power. Ultimately, because Injustice Shazam possesses the combined strength of all his gods, he must follow the same rules established by his original predecessor, pre-Crisis Captain Marvel, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, making him stronger than Hercules. A version of Billy Batson from The Magic of Shazam, spun off from Monster Society of Evil, wields what he calls the Zeus boost, essentially the same ability as the post-Crisis version, allowing him to enhance his strength with the power of Zeus. Subscribe to the channel, it helps us greatly and ensures you'll see amazing videos every day. You're the best, thank you so much. Similar to other versions of Captain Marvel, the strength of this iteration has never been directly compared to Hercules, and has also never been confirmed to be the combined power of all his gods. However, any of his other powers can be freely enhanced, as mentioned in Adventures of Superman 442. Superman's unique physiology. Superman, one of the most iconic heroes, possesses an incredibly unique physiology featuring extraordinary strength, blinding speed, incredible durability, and endurance far beyond normal limits. These abilities are sustained and enhanced by his capacity to absorb radiation from sunlight and other energy sources. The more solar energy he absorbs, the faster he recovers and the exponentially stronger he becomes. This solidifies his status as not only the strongest hero on Earth, but also one of the most powerful beings across the entire multiverse. Superman consistently faces off against the most powerful gods in the multiverse, notably Darkseid, whom he has defeated multiple times in fierce battles. Superman's strength is sufficient to overpower and even destroy Doomsday in the New 52 continuity, a mature and evolved version far beyond the doomsday of the death of Superman. Objectively speaking, Superman has a longer history of feats than Hercules, and without a doubt, has faced enemies far stronger than Hercules. While Hercules is incredibly strong, he is no match for Superman, not in the slightest. If Superman were enraged and used his full power, he would defeat Hercules in every battle 10 out of 10 times. An angry Kal-El is truly terrifying, which is why even characters like Darkseid tread carefully when Superman is furious. Marvel's Hercules is often seen as the embodiment of strength. Notably, he was chosen as a substitute for the Incredible Hulk in several stories, a character renowned as a symbol of limitless power. With his divine origins and deep ties to Greek mythology, Hercules is frequently compared to the mightiest superheroes, including standout members of the Avengers. Billy Batson, too, possesses the strength of Hercules, quite literally a defining trait of his opponent, along with a range of other remarkable attributes. However, since one of the combatants also wields the power of Zeus, he might be able to channel some divine Heavenly Father energy to harm Hercules. Does Hercules have any specific protection against magical lightning? Hercules, with his super strong legs, can run at speeds of around 100 miles per hour, but that pales in comparison to Batson's speed of Mercury if he combines some of his abilities with the wisdom of Solomon. We could witness truly devastating violence in the form of super speed and super strength. Shazam would easily win this fight. He has the strength of Hercules and the courage of Achilles. He would not waver. He also wields the power of Zeus, the speed of Hermes, and the wisdom of Solomon. With all these abilities, Shazam is undeniably stronger than Hercules. He is tougher, faster, and already equal to Hercules in strength because he shares Hercules' power. Wonder Woman has previously proven herself stronger than Hercules in a battle. Hercules has excellent combat strength, but he is nowhere near Zeus' level of power, unlike Shazam. Fairly speaking, Shazam and Jeff Johns' version of Captain Marvel are the same character, sharing the same set of powers. Shazam is merely portrayed as an empty vessel in writing. Hercules, however, lacks the ability to fly. If Shazam were to drag him into outer space and leave him there, Hercules would be helpless until either one of the Avengers or the Olympian gods came to his rescue. Additionally, I am confident that Shazam could withstand Hercules' immense durability, while Marvel's Hercules does possess impressive endurance. It is not limitless like Atlas. Furthermore, Hercules is more vulnerable to injury compared to Shazam. Personally, I believe every version of Captain Marvel should be stronger than Hercules, regardless of various interpretation. The original version of Captain Marvel is the purest iteration of the character, the one that influences all other versions. This version possesses the combined power of all his gods, including Hercules, Atlas, and Zeus, making Captain Marvel, once again, the living embodiment of the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. This allows Captain Marvel to surpass the strength, might, and authority of any individual god he draws power from. It was always meant to be this way. After all, the co-creators of Captain Marvel intended for him to be the strongest character ever created, with power surpassing all those who came before him, including Hercules.so. If Hercules cannot lift an object 100 million times the weight of the sun, Captain Marvel can. If Mercury cannot run 50 million laps around the Earth in an attosecond, guess who can? Of course it's Captain Marvel. If Atlas cannot hold up a second sky atop the one he already bears, Captain Marvel can. Certainly Shazam in pre-Crisis or Rebirth is slightly stronger than Hercules. However, Shazam in post-Crisis or post-Flashpoint is not necessarily stronger if we're comparing him to the Marvel version of Hercules. Hercules is comparable in strength to Thor and can rival most versions of Hulk in power.I if we consider DC's Hercules. Shazam in Rebirth or pre-Crisis is far stronger, while post-Crisis or post-Flashpoint Shazam is on par with him. Marvel's Hercules has been shown to lift in an isolated shoulder press exercise that excludes the support of other muscle groups, making this a partial measure of his overall strength over 100 tons. Undoubtedly, both Captain Marvel and Superman could achieve this as well. However, the issue for Hercules is that he requires stable ground to fully exert his strength. If the surface beneath him cannot support 100 tons or whatever weight he's lifting, Hercules cannot lift it. Captain Marvel, on the other hand, can fly and is not limited by such constraints. This gives him a significant advantage over Marvel's Hercules. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like this. That's today's video. Thank you very much.